1123 Heavy, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved. Seattle approach, landmark 1123 Heavy, this type Boeing 747. 1 miles south of Seattle, 1,400. Request clearance to transition Bravo.
Anachronox.
I'm Martin Amor, lead programmer on Anarchy Online.
I'm Tommy Strand, the producer and lead designer of Anarchy Online. Anarchy Online is an MMORPG, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, meaning
This is not just a game you play once and put aside. We are creating an entire living world inhabited by thousands of players. You can do anything, meet new people, chat with friends,
fight with friends,
fight monsters.
Lots of monsters. We have more than 200 different monsters in the game, and you will be able to fight them all sooner or later.
There's also an unlimited number of quests to solve. New quests are generated on demand, and you can go on quests alone or with other people.
In terms of social interaction, players can flirt with each other, dance, kiss. There's literally a world of possibilities. Anarchy Online is the first science fiction online role-playing game. The game is set 30,000 years into the future on a planet called Rubica.
Mankind has colonized the galaxy. This particular planet, Rubica, is leased by a company called Omnitech. They're like the corporate fascist regime.
And the clans, they're the freedom fighters, the resistance movement. The game revolves around the conflict between the clans and Omnitech, and at stake is the control of the planet and the element called Notum.
Notum is what enables the players to use nanotechnology, which is like science made magic. Nanotechnicians can run hundreds of different programs, anything from healing to massive damage.
Anarchy Online is something completely different. It's fun to play and it's addictive. You'll end up getting so engrossed in the world and the people that you're playing with that you'll forget everything else.
It's been a fun ride, a fun 4 years, but we're happy it's almost over, because we're looking forward to opening up our world to people, and we'll be right there, right in the game with them.
The game will continue to expand, and like Martin said, we'll be there, taking part in shaping Anarchy Online on an ongoing basis. It's like we say, the future is in your hands.
Life in the old castle. Happy times them were. The people were all so much friendlier. Oh, and how we feasted. And courted the fair maidens as well. There was work, of course, sharpening our minds. Making us strong. But mainly, I remember it as a happy time. Ah, yes. And then there were the neighbors.
music, we really wanted to try and do something that while had a heroic feel to it, also had a very tense, scary, and somber feel to it as well. Because war, I think anyone who's been in war, I think they would agree that war is not something you want to go to. I have like the best sound samples that you can get, and even when you listen to the two side by side, there still is no comparison. The one thing you're missing with the sound library is a human element. You're missing the soul of the music, and one of the most important elements in music is its soul. And when you have a computer playing that music, as you know, a computer doesn't have a soul. It's doing what it's told to do, and that's it. So you're missing the entire personality of the music. When you have a human playing it, you have a whole, not only one personality, but over here we have 65 players, so we have 65 personalities. And when you layer that on top of each other, suddenly the music becomes alive. It becomes its own person. It gets its own personality. And you just cannot do that with MIDI samples. You just can't do it. There's no way. It's a lot different than working on a film because I get to work with the production crew all the way through the project, basically. They'll feed me stacks and stacks of artwork, and that will be my inspiration for the different areas of the game. That artwork will represent a level here, a level there, an area here, an area there, and based on that artwork I have to create the mood and feel of the music. So I'll sit down with the producers very early on and say, okay, here we are in Hitler's bunker. You know, what's the feel going to be inside Hitler's bunker? And we'll talk about that, and then I'll go away and put together a demo made of the samples, the MIDI samples, and bring it back, and then we listen to it, we talk about that, okay, change this, change that, this is, or it's fine, let's do that. But that's basically the process, talking about, we do a lot of talking ahead of time. Work out all the kinks, we really talk about the emotions and the feelings that are going to be going on in that level, because every environment is different. So we want the music to reflect either you're inside the V2 plant, you know, where they're building the V2 rocket, or you're at the V2 launching site where they're launching the V2 rocket. We want those to have different feels to them. Either a claustrophobic feel for being inside, but yet some sort of mechanical machinery rhythm, or outside where things are just big and exploding, and you're just engulfed by that. The game Medal of Honor has scary moods. It has very tense moods, which can also be scary. It has fast and furious, and it has very sneaky. It has also the last theme we just performed has a very somber thing. And now that theme will be for either opening credits or end credits, but that's kind of the overall blanket for the entire soundtrack. We tried with the soundtrack to take you through almost all the emotions that you could feel if you were out there in the battlefield, if you were out there in war, wandering around by yourself, because many of the levels in the game, you are by yourself and you're infiltrating enemy territory. We wanted that to reflect in the music as well.
Ever wanted to learn some of the tricks of the trade and develop the next gaming hit? How about bringing your own ideas to life on the computer screen? So what if you're not Einstein of the programming world, or your artistic skills aren't exactly fantastic? It doesn't really matter. Now, with the 3D Game Maker, you, yes you, can create your own gaming experience in no time at all. And you don't have to be a programming genius to do it. In fact, if you can use a mouse, then you're just one step away from building your very own 3D shoot-'em-up. With hundreds of objects, weapons, environments, good guys, bad guys, vehicles and sounds, the only limiting factor here is your imagination. Whether you want to create your very own horror adventure or take things into another universe, it's all here, and it can be tweaked, developed and altered to just how you want it. Believe it or not, it's so easy. You can have your own idea up on the screen within seconds. From tank battles to cartoon slapstick, car chases to starship dogfights, it's really easy. Just click to create. Let's show you just how easy it is to create your very own 3D gaming experience in seconds. First, you need to select your scene. There are literally hundreds to choose from. After choosing a player object and the type of bullet you want to shoot, within a few clicks of a mouse, you can test the game. Easy. Every adventure needs its enemies to test your skills against, and in the 3D Game Maker it's a cinch to choose who. And of course, given some bullets to shoot, a dottle. Why stop there? Just a couple more clicks and you can add obstacles, level end bosses and other items. That's it. Just hit play game and the 3D Game Maker does the rest, wrapping the whole game up with its own title page, high score screen and level logic. It doesn't have to stop there. You have access to the properties to each object within a game, so you really can set the scene that's right for you. Every object can be modified in the same way, so every game you create can be truly unique. With over 320 samples to choose from, you can even change the sounds for any object. And as if that's not enough, why not import new sounds? Or even record your own within the 3D Game Maker? And the image grabber can turn you into the star of the adventure by importing a pre-scanned picture into the game. The 3D Game Maker. Just click to create.
That maniac's really going to do it.
There may be a way out of this, Commander.
Soon you will beg for my mercy and forgiveness.
Get to London ASAP, Commander.
It is too late, comrade.
For the millions of Command & Conquer fans around the world, we got a present for you.
Reinforcements en route. Hand of Nod under attack. Enemy presence detected.
fight.
Warrior Kings.
We are now at DEFCON 2.
What the devil is going on, Lieutenant?
He's surfaced, Mr. President. I'm sure you all recognize this man. We know him only as Yuri, fugitive advisor to Soviet Premier Romanov. While we were busy fighting the Soviets, Yuri was using his mind control technology to establish a secret army of his own. A group of Yuri's initiates have taken Alcatraz Island here in San Francisco. They've constructed some sort of device there.
What kind of device?
Perhaps I can explain, Mr. President.
Yuri.
The device is called a Psychic Dominator. There is a network of such devices spread across the globe.
More of your mind control tricks?
No tricks, Mr. President. In a few moments, I will unleash a tidal wave of psychic energy designed to dominate the minds of an entire planet. There will be no more free will, only my will.
Yuri. Yuri. The war's over. Can't we all just get along? What if I was to give you a full presidential pardon? Your country needs a leader. It could be you.
Why should I be content to lead one nation if I can control the whole world, Mr. President?
You can't threaten us. We're the most powerful nation on Earth. We did win the war, you know.
Did you? Indeed? I say not.
Mr. President, something's happening. The device is beginning to deploy.
Call in an airstrike. I want that tower taken out.
Command, this is Mojo 1. We are on station.
Roger, Mojo 1. Target is located on Alcatraz Island, Vector 270, at 10 miles.
Target acquired. Engage!
In San Francisco, the Psychic Dominator on Alcatraz will not function.
Most unfortunate. But we have other devices. I think time has come to activate them.
My God, that maniac's really going to do it. May God help us all.
The legends speak of a long-forgotten prophecy. Of a gleaming hero and of perilous adventures. Of sinister powers, strange worlds, and hosts of fairies. But they say nothing of a girl with more heart than muscle. Even legends can sometimes be wrong.